A man goes away on a business trip, and while he's on his trip, he talks to some of the people and asks them if there's any bars he could hit up. So they tell him a couple different places. So when he's done with his daily activities, he decides to hit one up. So he's done for his daily activities for the day. He picks a bar, he shows up. So he walks in. So he's looking around for a seat. He finds one. He sits down and calls the bartender over. Hey, bartender, can I get a beer? Bartender says, okay, brings him his beer. As he's drinking his beer, he's looking around. And at the corner of his eye, he sees a bull with a pot of money under it. So he calls the bartender over. He says, hey, bartender, what's the deal with the bull with the pot of money under it? The bartender says, if you can make the bull laugh, you'll win the pot. He says, what's the deal? There is no deal. So the guy says, what's the pot up to? The pot is up to about $5,000. The guy downs his beer. He walks over to the bull and goes, psst, and the bull just starts laughing and laughing and laughing. So the guy takes the pot of money. He walks out of there. A year later, the man is on the same business trip, so he's done with his daily activities, so he decides to hit up the same bar, he walks in, he looks around for a seat, finds one, sits down, calls the bartender over, hey bartender, can I get a beer? Sure, the bartender brings him over his beer, and as he's drinking, he's looking around, and again, he scopes out the same bull with a pot of money under it. So he calls the bartender over, hey bartender, what's the deal with the bull with the pot of money under it? The bartender says, tonight, if you can make the bull cry, you'll win the pot of money. The guy goes, well, what's the pot up to? The guy says about $20,000. So the guy downs his beer, walks over and goes, pss, 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 and the bull just starts crying and crying and crying. So the guy picks up his money. But before he leaves, the bartender says, hey, how'd you pull that off? Well, the first time I was in here, all you had to do was make the bull laugh. So I walked up to him and told him I got a bigger dick than he does. The bartender says, okay, what did you do this time? This time, I showed him